You allowed it to happen. You stayed.
Exactly.
And just acknowledging your role in, or your contribution in the divorce, or your contribution to just being there. Because even just choosing that man as your husband is your choice. And it's something you have to acknowledge. I made a mistake.
You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong.
Hi everyone, my name is Catherine.
And I'm Eva, and I am every woman.
In this space, we want to celebrate the woman. We want to celebrate who you are. We want you to get out of the labels, and we want a safe space where we can just be.
You know, a lot of times women, are either a wife, a mother, and they forget who they are, and they really forget who they are as a person. Who am I as Eva, other than being a mother, than being that career woman? Who are you really?
Or a wife.
Or a wife, right? And it's so easy to get lost in your everyday today.
Just go on.
Yeah, and it's so easy to get lost in in your everyday today. And the older you get, the busier it gets, and it's so easy to lose yourself. And so we just want to go back to the basics and understand who you are, and just celebrate the fact that every day you do so much. Just celebrating that strength as a woman.
And when you're coming to the later ages, past youth, I'm 41 years old. So I'm not youth anymore. And I sit down and tell myself, what do I want to be remembered for? Okay, scratch that. What do I want to have done? I mean, I'm writing my life book, right? What do I want to be in the book? How do I want my children to remember me? I don't want to have wallowed in titles and things. I mean, make no mistake, I love being a mother. But if it comes at the expense of me being me, no. I don't want that, but I think it can all be done. I think it requires that we are very deliberate in recognizing who we are, what is important to us. Find your identity, grow it, write your book yourself. That's my opinion.
Yeah, and I think you said something quite important there. Despite the labels, it doesn't mean that you can't do it all, but you can do it all as you, right? Without just feeling like, if you can't do this and that, then you're a failure. Or, another woman who looks like they have it together, then they're doing much better. You can do whatever you want. There's a saying, my life mantra, basically, you can blossom into whatever you want, darling. But do that, knowing who you are, while being grounded, just knowing your truth and who you are,
being
deep
authentic.
there, being authentic, deep inside, knowing who you exactly are, despite. So I am a mother. I'm in my 30s. So what if, when my daughter leaves, what does that mean for me?
Who's gonna be left?
Exactly, who's gonna be left? I'm not a wife currently. I used to be a wife, but does that change who I am because I'm a divorced woman? Who am I really, despite all these fluffs and all these labels that life, bestows on us? Yeah.
I think it's terrible, and that's why I feel like our society is very, very male-dominated. It's very, very easy for us to get lost. Our mothers don't necessarily support that we find our voices, and it comes out as, all sorts of things, arrogant, and why can't you do this? Why can't you just get a job? Why can't you just be normal? What is normal?
Right.
That's the key thing. I mean, do we ever stop to ask ourselves, who am I? What do I want for myself? How can you know what is good for you when you don't know who you are? I am not trivializing the exercise of finding out who you are. It is a tough one. Do you remember a song that used to play on Capital FM that says, I've been to Georgia and I've been to many places, but I've never been to me? I know, that was a very instrumental song for me, because when I tried to wonder who I really was,
right,
I only defined myself based on my relationship with my brother, my
Right.
relationship with this one, and my relationship with that one. Now, it helped me to see the pattern. I saw the pattern of my relationships, my friendships, and that sort of helped me to narrow down on who I found that I was.
Right.
And that was great because I was forced to do that at a young age, and I feel it has helped me so much through crazy challenges that I've faced in my life. Had I not been grounded in knowing who I truly am, what I can do, what I can't, what I want to do, what I don't want to do, I feel I would have been in a very bad place mentally and emotionally.
Right. Interesting. So, as you speak, I'm just thinking about, so what about me? Who am I? Who really am I? So I think for me, this didn't come as easy and as early as it did for you. For me, I had to get to a place where I'm completely broken. And I think it's also a good place to start because you start with nothing, and you build up with, if you're honest, because you said it's not an easy journey, you have to really look in the mirror, and it's really difficult being honest with yourself.
And you see things you don't like very much.
Yeah, and you have to call them out. You have to call out yourself, right? And tell yourself, Eva, that wasn't really nice, and you need to think about why you're doing it. So for me, this came, I would say, after my divorce. And as much as I knew the marriage was breaking and it was the right thing for me to do, it still was difficult, and it got me to that level where I had to go back to be able to stand firm by myself, that I no longer have support. I have a child, I have a career to handle, and I can't do all that if I'm not emotionally stable. And for me to get that stability, I had to go back and really ask myself, who am I? Really? Who am I? Am I just defined by the fact that I'm a mother? Will I be defined by the fact that now I'm a divorced woman? Society reminds you all the time, oh, she's divorced. Oh, now you're a single parent. Yeah. So I had to go back and really define, who am I? What I want? What's my purpose in life? What makes me happy? What brings me joy? And unashamedly, being comfortable in knowing that whatever brings me joy might not be acceptable by everyone in society. Others might think, and that's okay. So
I feel like for you, for example, I would imagine in your shoes. I was never divorced. My spouse was a wonderful spouse, and I feel like I was lucky. I feel like I put in the work, but I also feel like I was really lucky. But I imagine when you're going through divorce, then you're asking yourself, where did you go wrong?
Right.
Do you go back to that point? Why did I marry this person?
Right.
What did I overlook? What space was I in? Did you have to do that work?
Oh, absolutely. You have to ask yourself, did I really love this person, or did I marry him because of my insecurities? Or maybe I married him because I was looking for something. And if I was, what was that? And how can I either get it or be okay not get it? Because you don't get everything in life. But it's just about going back and acknowledging your truth and acknowledging where you are. Oprah calls it surrender. People say surrender is giving up, but no, surrender is acknowledging where you are. In the moment,
identifying it,
exactly, and acknowledging
it's
that
harder than it sounds,
right? But you have to put in the work. You have to acknowledge, this is where I am, and especially with divorces, majority of the times people will blame the man did this, the man did that, and even if he did, what you as a woman, what role did you play? Calling yourself out. And it could be, I've seen cases where, the man was drunk and was abusive, but as a woman, some of the roles you play is you allowed it to happen. You stayed.
Exactly.
And just acknowledging your role in, or your contribution in the divorce, or your contribution to just being there, because even just choosing that man as your husband is your choice. And it's something you have to acknowledge. I made a mistake. But then how do you go from there? And that's just how you start, understanding who you are. And you can start from a point of you don't know what you want, but you know what you don't want.
That's true.
You can start from there.
That's true. I started from there.
Yeah.
I feel like this lesson is very important to young ladies out there because you have so many divorce cases, and I see a lot of my divorced friends saying, I saw the red flags, I ignored them.
Right.
For whatever reason, society, my parents, whatever. I feel like it is so important that the young ladies in our midst, our daughters, our younger sisters, know who they are, to be self-aware, to be honest with whatever scars they're carrying, so that they can walk through them, so that you don't have now this crisis. Always, people are finding themselves after some crisis, some trauma. And unfortunately, then now there's casualties around there, children, this, that, the other.
Exactly.
And all these cases we're seeing also, girls just, being killed by spouses and things like those. I mean, it's terrible. I feel like I cry for my daughter. I don't want my daughter to ever feel validated by someone.
Right.
I don't want her to imagine she has to do something.
Right.
So
if she doesn't want to, yeah.
But that's the thing. But she needs to know that she has the choice.
Yes.
She has the choice. She has the power over her own life. And that calls sometimes for very difficult decisions.
Right.
Where even with family, I will tell my daughter, if you don't want to hug that person, you don't have to.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Yes.
I don't dislike that person. That's a family member. But I need my daughter to know where her power lies. Because right now it's this person. Tomorrow it's another person.
Yeah.
Let them learn this lesson now when they still can.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe to our channel. We'll be talking a lot more about, being a woman, being a career woman, being a single parent, being a single mom, dating as a single parent.
Oh my gosh. Oh man.
And we'd love to hear from you if you're a single mom out there, if you're a woman in general.
A young one, an old one.
Exactly.
Ask yourself those questions.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Who are you? And what journey have you taken to get there, for example?
Please comment. We would love to hear from everyone. We can learn from each other, women. We are strong.
Yeah. Until next time. Ciao.
You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong.